Why, hello! So, this is the first of the monthly updates that I'm going to be doing on video for all the work that we do every month for Heartbound. And I kind of just wanted to go through some of the things that I worked on this month, all the stuff that we made. So, keeping you guys all updated on every platform, and, you know, just going through the patch notes. So, there it is. So, first couple of things, Avocado can now invite you over to her house. So this is going to be a thing that I'm going to be putting in here. You can actually see Avocado's house now. Tons of interactive stuff, tons of stuff that actually ties into the other chapters. All of that is going to change and modify different stuff throughout the game, and you can even cause extra problems for Avocado here. There are ways on the pier right now to split off into branching paths, and that's the same thing that happens here. So depending on how you treated her at the pier, depending on how that relationship formed there, it's going to change all of the stuff inside of the house here. It may change how you meet her at the house here. It also changes all of the interactions after the house here. So there's all kinds of stuff with this. So I hope you guys like this. It's about 250 lines of dialogue, so there's quite a lot of stuff that's in here, and I think there's like another 30 or 40 on the outside of the house as well. And remember, you're not going to experience all of those lines of dialogue on a single playthrough. It's going to change based on, you know, how you play through the game and which lines of dialogue you're going to get because of those choices. So that's how that's set up right now. The next one is I did some updates for Emelio, so let's go grab that. Emelio's stuff is he was missing some lines of dialogue, and also he was fixing too much of the watch, so I've changed that around. Now the way that the watch works is Emelio can fix a piece, Fern can fix a piece, Avocado can fix a piece, and then after that the Mossbacks can fix a piece, and then all of that is finished. Like, that is the 4 pieces of the watch. Animus is actually almost completed, so that's a really big thing. I've added some secrets in, which is cool. Very nice. Very, you know, cool secrets. Nice. And I've also given the Pocketwatch its own model. So if we go into Laura's bedroom here, you can actually see the Pocketwatch is now on his desk, on his table here. So the Pocketwatch can change based on how you've played through the game and how upgraded it is. So if it's damaged and it hasn't been colorized, if it's fixed and it hasn't been colorized, if it's damaged and it has been colorized, and if it's fixed and it has been colorized, we can now have these types of changes. If you look at this, it doesn't have any hands on it. It does in the game. So it will actually show the time that it's currently playing, and it will, you know, interact with the environment and show time and all that kind of basic stuff like it should be doing. So that is all set up and actually working now. You also notice a Factus here. The Factus is very good. That's a fact. I hope you enjoy it. It's so ridiculous. So the Factus is going to be added into the game, and yeah, ties into a lot of different areas. You should try some things with it. I hope you enjoy that. Outside of that, we've got a bunch of bug fixes. A ton of bug fixes, actually. So looping Animus as positive and then back to the negative route was breaking combat. This is a really weird thing. I wasn't deleting some of the variables when you finished Animus and then went back to Animus and did it again because it's in early access, so that stuff is supposed to reset, and then you can choose different routes. It properly resets now. That's been fixed. There may be other problems like this in the future. It's such a difficult thing because Animus has so many different timelines in it, so many ridiculous routes that go through it that it's kind of hard to keep track of. It's the most complicated chapter, so sorry about that, but it's definitely something that I missed, and it's been fixed now. Final message at the end of Animus is now visible again. That was something that was for the ARG, like, folks. You guys, the ARG people, have actually, you know, reached out to me about this. That's been added back into the game. So that should actually be in the live build right now. I've put it in this patch note, but I think it's already in the live build. Avocado can now react properly to Emelio fixing a portion of the watch. Avocado wasn't reacting on the pier correctly. There's some more lines of dialogue you guys can get based on different things that you've done throughout the runs. Fixed audio transforms on Terry for multiple routes. Terry's music, which he's the glorious cactus, was not updating properly. It was actually using a bunch of really bad code from, like, when I first made Animus all that time ago. All of that's been updated now. All of that's been fixed. Pocketwatch no longer uses sprites from the wrong texture page. The Pocketwatch was actually using the hands on it from a totally different texture page and loading in just tons and tons and tons of stuff in a graphical memory it didn't need to do. So if you're on a super low-end machine, like a, like, I don't know, integrated graphics from like 5 to 10 years ago, this might actually give you a performance boost. You know, it's still going to run the game at 60 FPS, but it might not have any hiccups here and there because it was actually loading a ton of stuff. So it won't do that anymore, thankfully. Pocketwatch now slides onto the screen instead of popping into place. It was snapping at the top of the screen and then sliding in. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but I noticed it when I was like, that looks a little weird, and it turned out to be that, so that's been fixed. Lore no longer slides into a tentacle. in the Dark World version of Emelio's house. When Emelio turns around, he used to knock you back into a tentacle, and if you slid just far enough, Lore would be sitting like on top of it, which looked ridiculous, so that's been fixed now. Amphibious Magician achievement now works correctly. This is actually the Amphibious, like the secret frog, if you know where he is. That achievement wouldn't grant, and I don't know why. I literally just took the string, deleted it, and then rewrote it in, like the actual name of the achievement, and it just works now. So I have no idea why that broke. It's fixed now, though, so... next one. We actually hired a new Brazilian Portuguese translator and a new Russian translator. So Brazilian Portuguese is getting a whole bunch of updates for that stuff. That's all getting updated. It's getting, you know, better dialogue for all that kind of stuff. Many old jokes might be changed and reformed and made better. And the same thing goes for Russian translation. So a large amount of Russian text has actually been updated by our new translator in this next update. And if you're a Russian player, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you like this, and, you know, like, leave comments to me or email me at gopiratsoftware@gmail.com or hit me up on Discord. We're at discord.gg/piratsoftware. Tell me about this, because this new translator has changed quite a lot of stuff, added a bunch of jokes that I think are very funny and other Russian players have thought were very funny, but I want to hear from everyone. So let me know about that. Let me know if it's good. Also, I rebuilt part of the core text system to be more resilient. It's also got new features. So I can now put two characters on screen talking to each other at the same time, which we could do a lot with that. And I can also make extra dialogue boxes on screen at the same time, which means the artifact can do some really terrible stuff. It's probably for the best, right? That's probably good. But yeah, so it's that stuff. That's all been done. Also, we now have 96 songs in the OST, and Stein is now working on a new soundtrack. Let me actually go pull this up. Let's listen to this for just a moment. Stein is working on this. It's not ready yet, but I hope you guys like it. And that's all you get. It's actually almost a 5-minute song right now, and by the time that it's finished, I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 5 minutes. Stein is putting an absolutely massive amount of work into that, which is awesome. So if you don't know anything about us, the team that's actually working on Heartbound, my name is Thor, so it's my middle name. I was born in a thunderstorm, and, you know, my parents were kind of cool. I'm the programmer, writer, and designer for Heartbound, so I do all the writing of all the dialogues. If you like the silly dad jokes, if you like all the interactions and stuff, I write all of that. I also build all of these environments like this, so I sit there and I place all the art assets and doing that kind of stuff and set up the objects. And then I also write all of the code that makes everything run. So making this bird go and fly away when you get near it, that's part of my job. I also build the particle effects and the lighting systems in this. So anytime you see lighting, or you see rain, or you see explosions, or any of that kind of stuff, I'm the one building those assets. After doing all the, you know, the programming and everything, I actually stream it all live on Twitch. So if you haven't seen the stream before, it's twitch.tv/piratsoftware. And you can always catch me here basically being dumb on the internet while making the video game. So if you like that, you know, come check it out. Shay is our artist and animator. He also goes by River Makes online. And River Makes, you can see him here on Twitch at twitch.tv/rivermakes. And you can see him here on Twitter. He makes all of the art assets. So anything that you see that is up on, you know, social media when we have, like, promotional pieces, any of the merchandise, all the art for the merchandise, all the in-game assets, the sprites, and the animations for all that stuff, Shay makes all of that. So if you like that stuff, go follow him and check out his stuff, 100%. Now for the music and sound effects, that's done by Stein von Wakeren. Stein is incredible. They've worked on a whole ton of different games, which you can see here. Stuff like Under Hero, stuff like Wonder Wickets, Webbed. Here Comes Nico is actually their game, and they also did all of the music for Heartbound, which right now is 97 songs on the OST. It's a massive amount of work, absolutely enormous, and you should really check it out. And if you haven't seen their game is Here Comes Nico. Really, really, really look at this. It's really fun. It's like a an adventure, open world adventure style game with 2D characters and a 3D environment, and it's just very charming. It's a fun game. So check this out. Check this out. This is what, this is what Stein does. So the people on our team actually do other creative stuff outside of Heartbound, and you should really look at what they do. And then, after all of this stuff, I'm probably going to add some of this environment. So, the Mossbacks are probably going to be added in this next patch. I'm still working on this section. I'm most likely going to work on this throughout February, is adding all of the interactions in here, making sure that I'm actually adding all of the interactions into their house. We're actually going to be rebuilding their house to add some extra stuff in here, which would be really cool. And you get to meet them. You get to meet them and find out all about their family, all about everything that's going on, their farm. And this is the final leg of Animus. It's the final piece. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful time playing through this stuff when it's ready. And don't worry, I'm never going to stop working on this game until it's finished. See you guys next month. Or actually, better idea, I'll see you on the stream.